Bienvenidos a este canal Matoso 23. Welcome to this channel Matoso 23. And this occasion we have a little something different. Tenemos algo especial, algo diferente. Es un documental acerca de este libro. Welcome, Bobby. This is a documentary about this book. Talk to us about this book.
Well, this is Fantastic Four #1. Came out in 1961. It's the first Marvel superhero team. 10 cents was the face value of this book. See? 10 cents cover price. If you bought this book back in 1961, it only cost you 10 cents. Fast forward today, this book is worth $21,000. I'm selling it this week. This is for my personal collection. Paid $1,500 for this book when I first bought it at auction. It's a good looking book. 2.5 is the grade. It's a low grade for this book. If this book was in a 9, it'd be worth over $100,000. Very rare book.
So what are you going to say to the people that they are collectors?
Well, it's a huge market nowadays because of Disney and the Marvel movies. It's a huge market. When I collected, the market wasn't as large. We didn't have the internet when I collected. So I bought this book for $1,500 when eBay first came around. And now you can't find this book for under $20,000.
What's the story behind this book? Like, how do you, like...
That's a Fantastic Four. They went on a space mission. And they went to a radioactive field. And you all end up getting superpowers from it when they came back to Earth. That's Mr. Fantastic here in the corner. He has like the stretch abilities, like a rubber band. That's the Human Torch. Flame on, he turns into fire and flies. The girl here, that's Mrs. Fantastic, Invisible Girl. She can disappear, and that's the Thing, the famous of the four.
All right.
He's turned into a big monster, like a rock monster.
Yeah, he destroys stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, it's leaving my collection this week. So I'm gonna do a documentary on all my collection as I sell it. So it'll give me something to remember it by, you know. It's hard to let go of this stuff when you collect it, but it was a worthy investment. $1,500 to $15,000. I think that's a good investment, don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's time to pull the trigger and let it go?
Yeah. Some one day it has to go.
Yeah, it's gonna go. But I think if I had like a documentary or some kind of like something to remember it by.
You were telling me the story yesterday about how this book come out, like the father make when
Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creator of Marvel Comics. His father worked for a periodical company called Atlas in New York, and they had comic books then. But then Stan Lee branched off with a loan from his uncle, not his father, his uncle, and him and his brother Larry started Marvel Comics back in 1960. Yeah. And this was the first superhero team for Marvel Comics, not DC. People get confused with DC and Marvel. DC has Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Marvel has Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four. Thor, Iron Man, Spider-Man, stuff like that.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who watching this documentary. They will know a little bit about
this one's gonna be. This movie's gonna. I mean, the movie's been out. It's been a flop until Disney owned it, but they're gonna remake the movie through Marvel. Marvel and Disney are gonna make this movie again in 2023. It's gonna be released, and I think this book is gonna go up even further than it's already worth. The guy that I'm selling this to is buying it for investment purposes. He's buying it because he knows he can resell it at a higher value. For IRS reasons, I'm selling it for $15,000. So
that's a good price.
That's definitely a good price, and I'm not sad to see it go, to say the least.
It's like how do you say? You feel very.
I feel accomplished.
Accomplished.
Yeah,
Why?
I feel accomplished.
People told you like.
Oh yeah, when I bought this book, I mean, think $1,500, which you could buy with $1,500. You know,
what year was it?
It was 2005. It was before the financial crisis in 2008, but in 2005 I started my business in 2004, and I said after my brother died that I was going to get all these key issues, all the books that were important for Marvel Comics when we were growing up, and we didn't afford them when we were kids because we were poor, you know.
Yeah.
So when I got a job and I was making over $1,000 a week, I said I'm going to put my money together and I'm going to get every one of these key books. I had the Spider-Man's first appearance, which doesn't have the same kind of story. I ended up selling that for less than what I wanted to. If I had that book today in my possession, it would have been worth 50 grand. But I sold it back during the financial crisis for $4,800, and that one was kind of sad to see it go because nobody was buying this stuff back then, and I didn't know it was going to be worth that much today. And a couple other books like the X-Men #1 I had, and a couple Spider-Man #1s I had. But the Amazing Fantasy 15, first appearance of Spider-Man, was definitely upsetting after the fact of me selling it. I remember at the post office kind of screaming in my head that I'm letting this book go because I wanted to hold on to it, and I needed to pay my mortgage and to keep my head above water financially. So I ended up selling that book, and it kept my mortgage paid for the next 5 months until I found a job working for David Pia. Pia's Associated Appliance out in Stanford. But I held on to this one, and it's time to go.
Yeah. What is today's date? It's December 22. It's
December 22. Yeah, December 22, 2021. It's gone.
Years?
I had it was in the darkness since 2005. See, a book like this you can't leave out in the open. You have to.
Why?
Because it's ink on paper. It just dries, and then you can't put it in the sun. You can't hang it up or anything like that. It just deteriorates after a while.
Did you send did you put the plastic?
My buddy sent it to Florida. There's a company that grades it called CGC. Mm-hmm. See the top blue line up top? It says CGC Universal Grade.
Yeah.
CGC called Comic Guarantee Company.
Okay.
They guarantee this book when they grade it that's the book that you're getting and that's the grade that you're getting. It's like a bid company. And so they graded the book and it came back. I thought it was going to come back like a 1.5 from the price I paid back in 2005 was $1,600. I won on eBay. Early in the morning, I won the bid. If I can remember correctly, the bid started off $1,500, and I was the only bidder. And I looked at the time that the bidding was going to end, and it was at a weird time. It was ending at 4 in the morning. And usually when you put stuff on eBay, you want your book or your product to be the most people to be looking at your product when the bidding end counts down. And usually prime time, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, will be the best time for your bid to end. And in this case, this book ended at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was the only one that won the bid. And the reason why I think that was because of the high price. You know, usually people like when the bidding starts off at $0, you know, but this guy started off at $1,500, and I put one bid in and one bid won. And I was very surprised that I won.
Do you have the money at that time?
No, I didn't have the money. I had a credit card. You go through PayPal and put the credit card on there, and which I still do today. I splurge and do those knee-jerk reaction sells, you know, and I buy things that sometimes I should wait on, but I go ahead and buy them anyway.
It's incredible how many people are like book collectors. There's not many, right? Right now,
not a lot of people can afford this book or want to buy this book at $15,000. So there's this very small amount of people that have $15,000 to just shell out for a book in such a low grade, unless you're really, really, really a big collector like I am. The guy that's buying it from me is a bigger collector than me. He's been doing it just as long as me. He's the same age as me, pretty much. So he wants to buy it again. He wants to buy it, hold on to it, maybe do a documentary about it, and he wants to resell it for investment purposes because he anticipates, like a lot of the people in the market, that this book is going to excel about 30 grand in about 5 to 6 years. Like this book has excelled since 2005.
Yeah. So one day working, we go to a house, right? And we saw a guy who collect those. Remember?
Yeah.
And the wall, he put it in the wall.
Yeah, but you know what? Now that I thought about it, now that I think about it, you're never supposed to do that. Number one, what I think, you're never supposed to hang up comic books on the wall because the sunlight destroys the condition of them. You're never really supposed to do that unless it's a dark room. I think he photocopied the covers.
Okay.
And he put them in frames.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think that guy did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, for a guy with that much wealth, and I think he had the sensibility not to put something like that to be exposed to sunlight if they were worth that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were. I think they were just photocopies, and he put them inside of frames. Really good photocopies because he fooled us, right?
Yeah. So we didn't say your name at the beginning, so.
Oh yeah.
Present yourself.
Bobby Z. Robert Zalesnik. Yeah, from Bridgeport.
How old are you?
Do you really want to know? No, 46.
46 years old. At the age of 46 years old, you're gonna get rid of this beautiful comic book.
Fantastic Four #1, 1961. You won't ever see me own one of these again. Not for the prices that are out there. I 1,500 I could splurge on. 15,000, no.
You think there's a lot of copies of that still? In the world?
No. When this book
Not
came,
in this condition.
no, this condition maybe, but a higher condition no. But this book is probably less than 10,000 of these around.
Wow.
Yeah. So
all right. So it's all. This is all you want to say? Is you want to add something?
hey, you know, don't let anybody. If you have a good intuition, go with that intuition. You know, don't listen to people who try to talk you out of stuff. If you feel with your gut that it's a good investment or if it's a worthy intuition, definitely. It doesn't even have to be a comic book. Just something that you feel really high about. Just go with it, and you'll probably luck out in the end.
There's always negativity, right? Negative.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever?
Why spend 50? You're crazy. They told me you're nuts. You're crazy. My mom, she goes, I never said that. No, I think you did say that to me, Ma. I think you thought I was nuts for spending $1,500 on a comic book.
And what's going to be the profit on this again?
Well, subtract 1,500 from 15,000. Plus, I had it graded, so it was probably another 300 for the grading. So it was 1,800. So I'm getting $15,000 for 1,800.
Wow, that's a good. What are you gonna do with all that money?
It's gonna go right back into the business and everything. I'm gonna pay off some stuff, and I'm buying a condo, so that money's gonna go somewhere. So it's definitely a worthy investment.
So this is an inspirational story, and also we are having a documentary about this. You have to have some proof that.
Yeah. To take it with me.
Yeah.
You know.
So all right. So.
Thanks, folks.
Yeah. This is Matoso 23 channel, and my name is Jairo Sandoval. I'm the producer of this video. So I want to be part of the history too. So as soon reliquia.
Bye bye.
Today that book is gonna go like that, and money is coming.
Bye bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody. All right, Bobby. Thank you for this introduction. We did it here in the back of his truck because of the.
I have to go to work.
Because of the quietness. All right. Have a Merry Christmas
Feliz
2021.
Navidad.
Feliz Navidad 2021.